For me, actually, St. Bernard is in fact not just those who have been part of the parish in Catholic terms, but in fact the whole Granby community. And I was very privileged, in early days especially, to be part of that community which was blended together, united really in a special way because of the riots and because of the aftermath. And I'm so grateful to Austin, because it was Austin who really helped me to integrate into the broader community. And so it's beautiful now that many people have said, is St. Bernard's closing? People who are not Catholics, but people who see St. Bernard's as somehow or other a spiritual centre of Granby. And St. Bernard's has been.
It's the people. It's not just the worship and the prayer, which is important, and the reflection, but it's the people. Well, the people are the church, in my opinion.
We oversaw the conversion from the Catholic Men's Society to a parish club, which was around about 1963-64, and that was a very, very, very successful club. One of the happiest times, or I would say 15 years, which we did spend, was we formed the Kingsley Club, which was a club for children with learning disabilities. We raised the money for their minibus through the parish. We bought a new minibus. And this went on for about between 15 and 16 years.
St. Bernard is where I came to faith, and I was baptized in St. Anne's, but this is my family church, this is my home church, and this is my family, so that St. Bernard means family to me.
It's always amazed me how often I've come to St. Bernard's and I've listened to Father Peter and he's struck a real personal chord, and it's something he's said. And I've thought, yes, and the difference it makes to your life, and when you're not here and when you're away, because I've lived away for a few years now, the amount of times you draw on an experience from St. Bernard's or something that Father Peter said that helps you. And it's a place I come to and I sit here, and during a Mass, it's a time when I think, everything's going to be okay. It's a place of reassurance, and the people here have just enriched me.
The sermons here are so uplifting. The people here are so uplifting. You feel so much a part of a community. You see the sincerity and the love. People have a birthday, we sing happy birthday. So many personal things are remembered. It's as if you know everybody. As Anne said, you might not know them by name, but you greet them and you feel so much a part of it. And if you don't come on a Sunday, if something happens, there's something really badly missing, with your day, because of that kind. It seems to propel you through the week. It's just a marvellous experience.
I think also the cosmopolitan parts of the parish, because everybody's accepted that comes into the parish, and I think the people that do come into the parish that may have been to other parishes maybe not felt as welcome as they have at St. Bernard's as we have here, and we do have a strong congregation really of people like that.
And people from different parts of the world, of course, everywhere. It's a global church here, isn't it? And that's fabulous. I think new views and ideas coming in all the time. It's lovely.
This is the children's church. If they want to roam around, or they want to stand by Father Peter, see what he's up to, and why he's not giving them, as my granddaughter said, any onions, he's feeding everybody else. I used to have to bring jam bushes for her, because Father Peter was giving everybody else food, but he wasn't giving her any. But it's their church, and you've got to be here to feel it.
The sort of acceptance of everybody through all the faith aspects has just meant so much to me, because I suppose I'm one of the people who grew up in quite a harsh era, and my whole vision of everything to do with faith has changed. Everything's so real now, and God is sort of, as they say, alive and active. We know he is, but he's real. He's not somebody out there. He's here.
St. Bernard's to me has been an inspiration. The variety of people, of course, has been fantastic. But above all else, everybody's had something in common. And that is the whole sense of realising that we've all learned from each other that there's been a sense of belonging and a sense of privilege, actually, in that sense of belonging. I myself have matured greatly under St. Bernard's tutelage, guidance. St. Bernard's has been collectively as a parish, have mothered me, smothered me, fathered me, looked after me, forgiven me, blessed me, prayed for me, and loved me. And so they've carried me along when I haven't been good. Maybe they've not known that at that time, but it's something that I've been aware of course.
Can I just say a word about the priests I met here? In the beginning it was a Monsignor trainer, and then followed by a Father Lupton and a Father Raleigh, and of course the war came, which changed a lot of things, and then this Father Dana came, and the parish priest wanted all these sodalities and everything to start again, which had stopped during the war. So this priest, Father Dana, was very much interested in the children of the parish, and he started this, what we call the Guild of St. Agnes. It was a penny to join on the Monday night. It was a wonderful, wonderful association. Suited Father Austin, this church.
Yeah.
Father Austin, the wonderful man he was, but he and Father Daly as well. And then along came Father Peter, who was I don't like to say this really, but they weren't very keen on the higher-ups. We put it mildly that way. But I mean, they become part of us. This is what the priests here did, latterly,
30 years ago, when Father Peter joined us in St. Bernard's, I was already a Eucharist minister, and I was a bit close to him. And I look up and I saw this handsome man standing there, and I'm saying, he is so handsome, how could he be a priest? And this feeling stayed with me from that day on to this day. And Father Peter and everybody in St. Bernard's has been so loving and kind to me. And I have to mention the passing of my husband, the help I get from Father Peter, from Margaret, Maria, Sue, and all the rest of the congregation. It was very, very, very helpful to see me through.
Sadly, my husband was in the army, he was killed. But that, I always say, and this guild and this parish in St. Bernard's kept me almost sane, because my whole years after that were filled with that. We had a choir, we had a little concert party, we had everything for the children. And these are these old memories I've got, because some people will tell you about the more modern ones, but I think I've talked long enough.
As the people here is so friendly and make me feel like a home. If I'm coming here, I have got peace, and people here so friendly, and parish like father is very help to me, and I'm so happy about that.
So many things have happened here which have been very significant for me, and like Anne, I was involved quite early in several music groups. Musicians have come and gone over the years, including with Rachel's brother. There was one time when the two of us, there was me on the guitar and John on the clarinet, and that was the music. For me, it's the people are just so accepting that I just cannot think of another community in which there is no rivalry or jealousy or jockeying for position. If everybody does what they're going to do and respects everybody else's gifts, and I'm just so grateful to it. It's been wonderful to belong to this community.
Good Friday, Father Austin, there was a tradition, Father Austin always led the service on a Good Friday, I think for about 34 years. longer than I've been here. And this particular Good Friday, he was talking about Jesus and what it meant, and he just said, you know, Jesus' cross was earthed. He didn't have to say any more.
I remember sitting on these benches and asking Father Peter, Father, what is the why do humanity suffer? Why do we suffer as human beings? What is the meaning of suffering? And things like that. So that is coming to St. Bernard's, coming to the journey of faith, helped me a lot. Meeting people who are similar and sometimes different as well, and learning from their experiences and their life stories and how they came to faith and what has God done in their life has enriched me immensely. It's given me lots of confidence and encouraged me to do what I'm doing now in my own life.
We had Father Matthew here as a trainee priest. He was a deacon at the time, and after 6 months when he had to go back and finish his studies elsewhere, Father Peter was kind of reluctant to let him go because he got so used to having a deacon about. So he said, we need a deacon in our parish, a full-time permanent deacon. So have a think about it and see what you think. Now, I never thought anything more about it. I didn't know much about deacons, to be honest. Then on the way out of church, there were 3 people who came to me and gave me a nudge. And one of those people was Anne, who came and said to me, you would be a very wonderful deacon. And I said, do you think so? And I never really thought about it at all. And then about a month later, Father Peter came and asked me, have you thought about becoming a deacon? About this request I put out? I said, no, I haven't. I haven't given it a minute's thought. I said, but I'll pray about it and, I'll think about it. And in the end, I decided, well, if people are saying that I would make a good one, then maybe that's a calling that I can't resist, in terms of Samuel and all those other people who were called in their various ways. So I agreed to go for training, and I was ordained in 2002. And we had a wonderful celebration in the cathedral. There were 7 of us ordained that day, and then we came back to the hall here in St. Bernard's for a wonderful celebration meal afterwards. And all I can say through those 3 events is that this wonderful parish has been an absolute blessing for me. It's turned my life around in so many different ways, and I'm so grateful for all the love and all the caring and all the laughter and all the wonderful feeling of being part of something wonderful.
The 60 years I've spent at St. Bernard, I would think one of the ones which obviously gives me quite a lot of satisfaction was the forming of a credit union. And this has been formed, we've been going 22 years now. We had a meeting in the parish hall. We had 24 members, good people. Father Peter is actually number 1. And we paid £1 each, which came to £24, which helped us to actually form the credit union, Lodge Lane and District Credit Union. And so our last meeting, our assets are £1.25 million. We have 2,200 members. We have about 8 of the original members left now. And everybody, the volunteers, come from the area. Everybody that's been involved has done a wonderful job. And those who've gone, the likes of Vin-Lavelle was a very, very, Dennis, a big way. And all volunteers that have been there have stayed with us. It's really one of the proudest achievements which has come from St. Bernard's, and I'm very proud to be part of it.
How different do you think your life would have been had Archbishop Warlock not told you about this parish?
Oh, profoundly. I mean, if challenged all my prejudices, heavens, it certainly challenged my racism. It challenged my sexism. It challenged lots and lots of things. Oh, I have learned so much. And there are particular individuals here who taught me a tremendous lot. At both those spheres, I was tremendously helped by Claire Dove, when in my early years here. Claire really confronted me to a whole lot of issues.